everyone, welcome back to my channel. So today I have a video on the latest releases from Guerlain in their AQUA ALLEGORIA range. I have 3 to take you through. We have their new Neroli Vetiver and their 2 new eau de parfums, Rosa Rosa and their eau de parfum of Mandarine Basilic. So I'm going to be letting you know what he smells like and give you my review first impressions. If you're new here, then hello, welcome. We're all about perfumes. I have hundreds of reviews just like this, going through new releases, whole perfume ranges, you name it. So if you are a perfume fan like me, then do check them out. And if you're a regular viewer, do check to see if you're subscribed. You can turn on notifications so you don't miss any new videos. And down below in the description box, you can sign up to my newsletter. You can pre-order my perfume that's releasing in a couple of months. And I'll also leave the link to where you can buy these fragrances across UK, Europe, North America, Australia, where they're available. The perfume ones are brand new. So Guerlain, obviously a classic French fragrance brand, and they have had this range, AQUA ALLEGORIA, for a few decades now, and they all come in these really gorgeous bottles. They're all the same shape and they all have this golden like honeycomb on the top of them, and they all have this like bee symbol on it as well. And they're a beautiful sort of nature inspired, refreshing collection of fragrances. I have an article on my blog that goes through every different AQUA ALLEGORIA fragrance that there's been quite a lot. Some are discontinued, like Coconut Fizz, which was my favourite. So sad that's been discontinued. But I always think they're really fun, and I love the way that, you know, for example here, like they all have different coloured lids, you know, tops to the packaging. They all have like a theme. I think they've all been eau de toilettes. They're very much like a refreshing spring, summertime fragrance. You've had quite green ones, citrusy ones. And now I think this is the first time that we've had eau de parfums, and you can tell the difference because the eau de parfums have this golden label, whereas the eau de toilette is white. And same with the packaging, you've got the golden label for the eau de parfum. The fragrances come in a 70ml size, which is what I have, and then a larger 125ml size, so they're quite unique sizes. If you're in UK or Europe, I'll leave the link down below to All Beauty, because they tend to have them at a really good like discounted price. Notino as well, you can usually get the 75ml for like 60 something pounds, and then the 125ml are going to be just over 100 and maybe 110 pounds. And these new ones as well are refillable, so you just buy them once and then you can buy just the fragrance and refill it yourself. So a couple of months ago they released Nerolia Vetiver. So this is a new eau de toilette, and the names, what I like about AQUA ALLEGORIA, one of the things I like is that the names accurately represent what it smells like. Sometimes with perfume that's not the case, right? But Neroli Vetiver really is Neroli and Vetiver. So this is definitely one for your sort of fans of aromatic vetiver type fragrances. Very, very green. There's a hint of basil in here as well. It reminds me of sort of walking out just after it's rained into like a forest, that very refreshing aquatic green note. And then Neroli, which is oil from, I think it's from a bitter orange tree, so it's very citrusy but also very green. You get like green leaves, very refreshing, and certainly very unisex. They're all unisex, all the AQUA ALLEGORIA fragrances. So if you're looking for something for hot weather, you love vetiver, and perhaps you wear in your eau de parfum, normally you're wearing vetiver or, you know, something a bit aromatic, but in the humid weather you want something that's like not as intense. This is really refreshing, and with it being aromatic as well, aromatic perfumes always remind me of like a spa, you know, they usually have very scented environments that are quite aromatic, so it's also quite relaxing I think as well, like that basil, the fresh greenery. I think it's quite a relaxing one. So another great addition to the range that's a really classic AQUA ALLEGORIA scent. So these 2 new eau de parfums called AQUA ALLEGORIA Forte, they're both of fragrances that already exist. In fact, Mandarine Basilic was one of the original ones. It's been out, oh gosh, I think maybe 2011. And I remember when I used to work in an independent perfumery like 10 years ago, when people would come in for the AQUA ALLEGORIA range, it would usually be for Mandarin Basilic. That was like the bestseller. Rosa Rosa was released more recently. So I've been trying these out. My personal favorite from the two is definitely the Mandarin Basilic. It is a really fresh mandarin, basically. So even though it's eau de parfum, it's still refreshing. So you get this really super orangey scent. It's one of the most orangey perfumes I've tried, I think. It's much more mandarin than it is basil, whereas I found the eau de toilette, you did get more of the greener basil-y notes, whereas this is more bringing out the mandarin. There's a teeny hint of vanilla. Vanilla and orange work really well together to create like a candied orange, or like a Christmas time orange, where you get the orange peel rather than something that's very, very light and fresh. You're getting quite a warm orange. I think this is really comforting while still having a refreshing feel to it, still citrus orange. But I think you could wear this all year round, even in the colder weather. You could still get that orange hug. I love orange in perfumes. I love orange blossom. And this, for me, is a great example of an orange perfume that's eau de parfum and that actually has lasting power. Even if you like things like Hugo Boss orange, you remember that one. Or, your Elie Saub, which is all orange blossom. This is just all about the orange side of it, like the orange peel, the warmth of the orange, slightly candied orange. I really like this. From the moment I smelt it, I really, really liked it. It's not super heavy, so I would want to be topping this up throughout the day. It is an eau de parfum, but it's not like an intense fragrance. The spray is quite a wide spray as well, so it feels like something you could sort of cover yourself in rather than something you just put on your pulse points or whatever. But yes, that's definitely my personal favorite. Rosa Rosa Eau de Parfum is definitely a classic rose. This one I found lasted the longest. I really couldn't get away from the rose scent. It was just all around me and I only used one spray. So it's definitely good for lasting. It's a really traditional rose. It's not fresh. I remember the eau de toilette version of this was a more fresher rose. This one is a more deeper, wintry rose, I'd say. Classic, almost towards a sort of home scent rose, a rose candle or a potpourri or something. And it does have a slight hint of something around not a lychee, but more towards the kind of rose that you smell in Carolina Herrera, Very Good Girl, or Delina from Parfum de Marly. It's more that type of rose, which seems to be a very popular rose scent at the moment. So basically, if you love the smell of roses, I think this would be perfect for you. If you're someone that likes rose but with other things, like with other fresher notes, then I'd say go for the eau de toilette version of this, because this really is just like a concentrated rose, but it is really good for lasting. If you like things like Rose and Roses from Miss Dior, which didn't last very well, but it did smell just like rose, then this would be way better because this will last much better. Yes, it reminds me a little bit of rose flavoured Turkish Delights. That's what I was thinking of. So really impressed with the lasting power of this. Really impressed with the scent of this, just having it all like a homage to orange. I love that, or mandarin to be precise. And then your Nerolia Vetiver is just really fresh, aromatic, everyday scent. As you can probably tell, I do really love this range. I just think they're beautiful, the bottles. I love the whole vibe of it, the marketing. So if you are interested, or if you remember any from the past, do check out my article on it, because I have linked where you can get some of the discontinued ones still, but not Coconut Fizz. I can't find that anywhere. Cool, so that's it guys. Let me know if you tried them, and let me know what your favourite is from AQUA Allegoria down below in the comments. I do read all your comments, and like I said, in the description box I'll link to where you can get these and to my article. But that's it guys, so thanks so much for watching as always, and I will see you in the next video. Bye!